Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lakers postgame here on Sports Talk. We just saw the Lakers complete a dominant victory tonight, defeating the Utah Jazz 132-113 at Crypto.com. This is the last week of the season before the All-Star break. Looking forward to that as well. My name is Edward. You can call me Ed, and here's my partner Jesus joining me here on the live stream. And partner, what did you think of the Lakers game tonight?
Yeah, the most I believe the most intense game. Well, coming into this game, Lakers, Luka Doncic and LeBron James first game together, big debut tonight at Crypto Arena in Los Angeles, California, was pretty big. They did what they had to do, and as we continue with the highlights right now in a bit, we'll talk
Actually, we're
about.
gonna we're gonna we're gonna go ahead and start the highlights, partner. You ready for to see what went down tonight?
Yes, sir, partner. Let's
All
run it.
right, let's go. We're gonna pick this up at the beginning here as we see fans storming into Crypto.com arena for the first time in franchise history. A 77 number is being used by the purple and gold, and partner, there you see him right there, Luka Doncic. Look at that suit and tie. It
Looking
looks like
fresh.
was that a tie he was wearing?
Yeah, no tie. He's looking fresh though on his Lakers debut.
Well, he hasn't played since Christmas, so it'll be interesting to see how things went as the Lakers on a 5-game winning streak looking to extend it to 6 as they take on the lonely Utah Jazz here at Crypto.com tonight. There you see the man who was traded last week, been wanting for his debut. You see the seats. It was a appreciation night there. A lot of fans, all the fans got his 77 T-shirt there, man. Hey, we could have used those tickets, partner.
Yeah, for sure. That was a good giveaway to welcome Luka Doncic as Laker.
You see him here warming up. Looks like he's ready. And you see LeBron James trying to rep his new teammate there with the 77.
Yeah, that's respect between
There you
two
see him
Lakers.
being introduced lastly on the lineup as many of the teammates look forward to this new bond and relationship between the Lakers and Doncic as the fallout continues in Dallas. Looks like in LA it's very happy road and daisies over here for sure.
Yeah, quite opposite sides from Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks for sure.
But many wonder if this is the missing piece that the Lakers need if they want to become a title contender. I'll tell you, by the way they've been playing as of late, they're a title contender.
Yeah, I could see it, but ever since that Mark Williams trade got denied, we'll see what they could do in their center position, or they keep Jackson Hayes in the starting rotation.
Indeed, we're gonna pick things up here late in the first quarter. The Lakers go up to a 4-0 lead, and Luka Doncic came out strong in that first quarter. He went 2 for 3. As you see, Utah trying to get back in the game. And they do with a jump shot that actually went in later on in the first quarter. Is 8-8 as Utah trying to go for the lead, partner. Lakers coming out strong in the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. It was a slow start for Luka, but it seems was vintage LeBron. He kept scoring, he kept rebounding in that first quarter.
And here Luka Doncic, his first points as a Laker, a 3 from downtown. Looks like
His,
he's a little rusty though, but he still got it in him, doesn't he?
his signature step back three went
Later
in.
on first quarter, LeBron James with a running jump shot hits it in. And I don't know if LeBron James hit the fountain of youth, but man, he's playing like the LeBron James of old.
Yeah, back to back plays. He shoots
Another
a
jump shot.
running back to back. Yep,
Yeah,
over.
another jump shot there. And look, and the Lakers went on a 12-1 run in 3 minutes. They were
Oh,
just scoring like crazy.
yeah, they're shining. They have the full confidence on their side for sure in the second half of the season after the All Star break.
How about this, Pat? Hakeem Marreau misses a 3, the rebound by the Lakers, and Doncic there to pick it up.
Yeah, Luka sneaky rebound. The
Collins with
Jazz
the
is back.
authority. Collins dunked the authority. The lead's down to 5. Later on, first quarter, the Lakers are up by 7. Utah trying to answer back
Yeah,
as you
Utah
see
is
a alley
fighting back
oop.
with a nice layup.
Markkanen on the layup and a alley oop. Later on, Austin Reeves coming off a 45-point game against the Pacers hits it from downtown, and the lead goes up to 8. Nice possession for the Lakers. We see Clarkson hands it over to his boy Hayes
Hayes.
with the dunk.
Yeah, I feel like they might keep Jackson Hayes in the starting rotation if they don't get that trade completed.
How about Vincent from downtown? He's doing well coming off the bench.
Yeah, Gabe Vincent has been having a nice couple games recently.
Meanwhile, a vintage LeBron
LeBron,
James, a 3.
vintage LeBron, and Lakers with 30 points in the first quarter.
We move on to the second quarter. It's an 11-point lead. The Lakers, Austin Reeves just throws it up with one hand, partner. He doesn't need practice.
Yeah, pump fakes and lays it up.
Next possession, LeBron James. Look at that. Another
Uh,
running jump shot, and the lead goes up to 15. Later
yeah,
on, it's
well,
now an 18-point lead. Hakimura just, I don't know what he was trying to do. He just played Butterfingers and a quick alley-oop by Utah.
that kept the Utah in it. But here comes the Lakers once again. Another
Meanwhile,
layup.
the reserves of Milton on that layup, and Doncic finds Hakimura for 3, and he hits it downtown. Lakers again improving from the 3-point line. Now this time it's a 21-point lead.
And barely in the second quarter, halfway in the second quarter, Luka Doncic once again getting his rhythm back with a step back shot
Yeah,
over
I
Kuzma.
don't think there's nothing wrong with that knee. What you say, partner?
Now he looked his prime in that with that shot. But
Look at
his
this
passes have been
offense.
amazing. The ball movement.
Yeah, Hakimura there finishes it off, and the Lakers are up 56-38. They're starting to run away with it. Here comes Doncic. Look at that, all the way for the layup.
Yeah, he's gonna be a problem for the rest of the league this year with the Lakers.
Late second quarter before the other half, 63-42 on a turnover by LeBron James, and another alley-oop there. This time it's a dunk by Kessler.
Yeah, so the Lakers were up by 30 points, but the Utah Jazz went on a little 9-0 run in 1 minute.
Yeah, you see Stockton there with the 3, and it's now a 20-point game, and another 3 missed.
Once
But look,
again.
Doncic with the rebound and passes it to you know who, LeBron James, and get used to it. You're going to see a lot of those passes between those two.
Yep, many to come.
Lakers led 72-47 at the half. Meanwhile, second quarter, Hayes on a dunk. Now it's a 30-point lead.
Alley-oop from Luka.
Meanwhile, the alley-oop miss, and Doncic with the rebound passes LeBron James, throws it up to Hayes. How about that? A triple alley-oop. Now the
Yeah,
Lakers are just starting to play street ball here.
ball movement was great all game for the Lakers.
Meanwhile, Doncic, and how about that play? And then a foul, too. 3-point play complete. 79-49. It's still a 30-point game later on in the third quarter. You got to give credit to Utah. They didn't lay down. They still kept playing.
Yeah, gotta fight back till that last second runs out of the clock. All 48 minutes.
79-51 again. Clarkson with a 3, trying to cut this lead down. And now it's 79-56 halfway through the third. You see LeBron James, and look at Hayes gets away from 2 guys, and LeBron a vintage 3.
Yeah, the vintage step back three makes it in all net.
Next possession for the Lakers, 82-56. Hakimura for 3 hits it, and man, the Lakers are just rubbing it in. Now it's an 85-56 lead. Air ball by the Jazz, and here come the Lakers. They're trying to send a message to the NBA. LeBron James, 3-on-1, and he throws it up with a layup. Man, he don't need practice either.
Vintage LeBron is insane. I can't.
He says, I'm too old for you guys. Meanwhile, again, Utah, another alley. Again, give them credit. They didn't quit. They kept playing.
Yeah, they try to fight back, but it seems like Lakers were a little bit too much. As we see,
Another possession, another dunk there.
with another, fast break point. As you
Let me ask
mentioned,
you
they
this.
kept
Let me
fighting
ask you
back.
this question. Let me ask you this question while we continue these highlights. Should all the NBA be scared with the Lakers right now?
Not yet, but we might get to that point after All-Star break. Once they get the rhythm going, we could see a tough team in the West.
I tell you, with the way they're playing, there's a message sent to the NBA that this is their year. LeBron goes for another three, and just look at the lead. Utah's been able to cut it back down to the 20s, but it was just too much Lakers, like you said, partner. Hayes with another alley-oop dunk. It's now 100-73. We jump to the fourth. Lakers running away with it.
At this point, once again, Rui Hachimura, another point made. He had a big game, but Utah kept fighting with down 26 points. They tried to continue with another three made, down 23, but another answer by the benches. The bench reserve came in the fourth quarter and pretty much put it on just to finish it off.
Yeah, Gabe Vincent actually had a great game. You see Luka Doncic's numbers was 14 points in 23 minutes. He actually didn't play much of the fourth quarter, which is a wise choice for a guy who hasn't played in over about a month and a half, partner.
No, yeah, I think it was a good decision. It was a blowout, and they had to let him. He was on minute restrictions coming into this game, as JJ Redick announced before the game was played.
Again, give credit to Utah who just hung under, but it was just too much Lakers as they take this the final 132-113. LeBron James did not play in the fourth quarter. Um, Hakimura has 21 points. He was 3 of 6 from 3-point land, 8-14 from the field, played 29 minutes. LeBron James also played 29 minutes tonight. He had 24 points. He was 3 of 7 from 3-point land. Luka Doncic in his debut, 14 points, 5 for 14. On the field, 1 from 7 from three. So he looks like he's still trying to catch his rhythm back after missing such a long time.
Yeah, so the Luka Doncic era in LA gets off to a great start as the Lakers win their sixth straight game to improve to a 32-19 record, which is pretty solid. And their next
Yeah,
opponent will be the Utah Jazz once again
yeah.
in
These
Utah.
two teams will get it on again on Wednesday in Utah. You wonder if they're going to study this tape very quick, because I believe there may be some surprises for the Lakers on Wednesday night. Austin Reeves, who had 45 points on Saturday, finishes with 22 points. 3 for 5 from 3-point land, continues to improve. 6 from 10 from the field. He played 32 minutes. Hayes has 12 points. Six. He was perfect, 6 for 6 from the field, but a lot of those field goals were alley oops and dunks. So I mean, he was 100% tonight. Played 23 minutes, but how about the bench? You see, Finley Smith, he played 26 minutes, and then you see Vincent, 11 points, 3 from 8 from the field. He played 18 minutes, and then Goodwin with 17 points in 22 minutes. So the reserves really stepped up in the fourth quarter to let the starters catch their breath.
Yeah, for sure. So the only starters who didn't play that fourth quarter was LeBron and Luka Doncic, which was well rested for them. They heal and they'll play each other once again in Utah on Wednesday.
Meanwhile, for the Jazz, a valiant effort just wasn't enough. Collins played 36 minutes. He had 17 points. Mark Cannon, 29 minutes, 17 points, 8 for 18 from the field. Kessler, 13 points in 34 minutes. Clarkson, 16 points in 29 minutes. Collar, 13 points in 33 minutes. All five starters finished in double figure. And the Jazz just were outplayed and just out dominated tonight here in Los Angeles. As we take a look at the inside stats here on Sports Talk, Lakers shooting 54% to 46, 35% from 3-point land, 30% from the Jazz. The free throws very excellent, 94%. Very improvement there. They got their points where they came from. Rebounds, the Lakers outbounded them 44-39. The assist 29-28 in favor of the Jazz. The points off turnovers, that's something that the Lakers need to continue to improve on. Utah got 25 points off 12 turnovers tonight, 13 points. So that's something they need to work on. Points in the paint pretty much equal. Lakers again, their largest lead was 34. Utah only led once tonight, and that was at the beginning of the game. So a very dominant win by the LA Lakers as they proved to 32-19. The Jazz continue to struggle this season. They are at 12 wins and 40 losses. And partner, what is like the key moment of this game tonight as we recap here? What was you think the important factor tonight in this win?
I believe it was first a lot of intensity in that first quarter with Luka's first first game in the Laker jersey. They had to get the rhythm going, in which they did. Their defense, their ball movement, everything seemed to work today, especially versus a Utah Jazz team who has been struggling. They took full effort and they dominated them. The Lakers are just on a hot streak right now, as they're 10-1 in their last 11 games. I feel like they need to stay healthy and keep the chemistry going. And once they find that center, I'm not sure if they're gonna find a center after that trade got denied. But even if they keep Jackson Hayes, I feel like they'll be great. They have all the they have the superstars, they have the key role players, and have the defense. And yeah, what you think? What you think about the second half on the Lakers? Will
Well, I
they
just think
continue?
the second half was more of the nail in the coffin. The Lakers' damage already was done in the first half. They got up to
Right.
that great start. Utah just wasn't able to hold on. I mean, I give them credit because they fought back, but they just couldn't get close enough, and they didn't lay down and die. So that's something you love to see in the NBA. Normally, when you're down that big, you tend to kind of like quit playing, but you got to give them credit. And I just think that the chemistry was there. And again, Luka Doncic's gonna struggle for a while because he hasn't played in weeks, so he's gonna have some off nights. I wouldn't really say tonight was an off night. It was more of a kind of get back on your feet night. But it'll be interesting to see how he does Wednesday night in Utah, and as far as how many minutes he will play. Played only 24 tonight. Didn't need to play much because the game was already out of reach. If the game is close on Wednesday, I like to see how they're gonna handle his minutes. And I think that's going to be the one thing I'm looking as we head to the All Star break.
I'll take a quick bold prediction. I feel like the Lakers might rest Luka or LeBron, or they might even rest both guys again and let Austin Reeves dominate the floor again with the role players.
The team's currently fourth place in the Western Conference, trying to move up. I think they may want to take every game for granted because every game will count going forward as we head to the second half of the season. And speaking of Luka Doncic, a very awesome thing he's doing. So he sent a message on X earlier today before the game. I'll read what it says. It says, this is what he said, quote, "It's been so sad to see and learn more about the damage from the wildfire since I landed in LA. I can't believe it, and I feel for all the kids who lost their homes, schools, and the places where they used to play with their friends. Today, my foundation is donating $500,000 to immediate recovery efforts. I am also committed to helping rebuild courts, playgrounds, and fields that were destroyed because every kid needs a safe place to play. To everyone affected by these fires, we're here to help now and for the long haul. Your new neighbor, Luka Doncic." End quote. How about that, man? The guy's been in LA for what, less than a week, and he was very touched by the recent events here, like all of us have. How about that? His foundation donating to LA. I gotta give him the applause for that. That's very generous and awesome.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Already helping and supporting the community out, and he hasn't even been with the organization weeks, so you got to give him props for everything he's been doing.
And that's awesome to see, partner. That's just that's called the community just hanging in there strong because we know that this has been a very difficult time for
For
everyone.
everybody. Yep, for sure.
And
arguing about.
how about this though? You have some interesting notes about tonight's game. I know we during the highlights we show him being introduced last. What do you got to report about that one?
Yeah, so Luka Doncic on the press after the game um, reported that LeBron James texted him this morning telling him that he wants him to be introduced last during the starting lineup introductions, which happened in the beginning of the highlights. And Luka really appreciated the gesture and gave it back to LeBron James being like, it'll go back to LeBron James moving forward because I feel like there's going to be good things happening in LA this year and maybe next year, where the future is on Luka Doncic's hand.
Well, is this the case of maybe passing the torch to Luka Doncic, saying this is going to be your team once I leave?
Damn. Yeah, yep. Yes, it is.
Well, we do have a development reporting here. This was just handed to me by one of our staff members. So it looks like LeBron James left the game tonight with an apparent injury. I mean, do you know more about that, or is that something that's being reported? I find that very odd. You know, he left the court in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, there's some moments of his game. He was like gesturing pain. He was in the hallway of the locker room. Like I'm not sure what type of pain he was gesturing. I'm not sure you have the reports of what type of injury, but I think it's still too early to see.
Now, if he doesn't play, if he had that injury tonight, what if his chances of playing on Wednesday? You mentioned that they might rest him before the All Star break. How will this affect his All Star appearance?
That could be a big one too. But I doubt he misses that All Star game. He loves it, and who knows? This could be his last year at the All Star game. He'll be there, but you gotta be aware of that injury for sure coming into Wednesday.
Now, how about Luka Doncic? Let's listen to what he thought about tonight's debut and playing with LeBron James. Let's see if we can play a clip of that.
Double teamed the refs tonight, so they had no option but to give us all the calls. I'm gonna have fun tag teaming the refs with LeBron. We both love to complain to the refs, and I know the refs are gonna need an Advil after Lakers games for their headaches. Me and LeBron.
How about that? They're gonna need Advils for headaches. You wonder if the entire NBA is gonna need that.
That's funny. I think that a lot of people in the NBA are gonna be kind of iffy about that, but that's funny. That's kind of I love his sense of humor on that.
Yeah, that's one thing here. We're gonna go ahead and play a clip. Looks like JJ Redick was speaking to the media. Let's see if we're able to sneak in and see if I'm able to provide an update on LeBron James. Let's take a listen.
Guys were going to be our primary creators. Like they all did it really well, and I think our guys will get accustomed to the Luka passes for sure. Did you guys have any ideas for Wednesday in terms of LeBron and Luka's availability? Obviously can't commit to anything, but the plan would be for them to be available. There was, I think, I know how much you love narrative-based questions, but there was a notion after the Luka trade that it's coming from something on Twitter. I'm not going to answer. No, not at all. This is coming from real people, from your general manager among them, which was this was about the next 10 years. Jason Smith, 168498. I just want to make sure, because I'm not going to respond to Jason. I understand. That Robin said something about looking to the long-term future, and that was one of the compelling reasons to do this trade at this moment. But Dave mentioned kind of LeBron's engagement level, and the two of them and the things that they can do to a defense together. It feels like you guys are probably just scratching the surface on that. But did you see that in moments tonight? Kind of the way that the stress is that those two guys, these all-time greats, can put on a defense. Yeah, we ran horns one time with the three of those guys in the horns, and we got a wide open three. And it was, again, you're going to have to make some tough decisions. And certainly there are certain defenses and defenders that will force us to be really crisp and sharp with our execution. Like Austin Reeves into the mix. What?
I don't know who that Jason 16684 was. I don't think he should be posting for about a week, partner.
Yeah, it seems like JJ Redick didn't want to reply to any comments from X/Twitter. But yep, for sure he is.
Now, we didn't get enough clarification as far as LeBron James goes, but it looks like Coach Redick says that they do plan to
Yeah,
play on Wednesday night in Utah.
yeah, I think it's a little bit too early. I think they'll decide by Wednesday morning, but I feel like a break would be perfect before the little All-Star break coming into I
Well,
forgot.
let's talk
Hold
about
on.
the Lakers real quick. Here's their next few games. So they're at Utah Wednesday. So this is their rematch, and then on the 19th, they play the Hornets at home, and then they go on a 2-game road trip on the 20th at Portland, the 22nd at Denver, which I'm actually going to be circling because that's going to be a big matchup. And then until the 25th of February, the anticipated, well, I can't say
Ooh,
anticipated, but the
oh, not no
the
more.
possibly hoping maybe AD could play, but
Nah.
that's not going to happen for a while. It was reported, I believe, earlier today that he's going to miss several weeks with that knee injury, the same one that pretty much been bugging him all year. So I don't think we should expect to see AD, and a lot of us were really looking forward to see because it's like, man, weren't you our teammate just 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, everybody was hoping for that matchup until AD got hurt. That same injury that kept AD out of the couple Laker games this season with his abductor injury is going to be a little bit less anticipated to watch that game now that AD's out.
How about this, partner? So, this was reported by ESPN about 10 minutes ago. The fallout from Dallas continues. Multiple fans were ejected during their game tonight, and they lost, by the way, which is prompting a lot of boos from the crowd. So, again, how bad did this trade really hurt their chances? I mean, this team was just in the finals just a year ago.
Yeah, for sure. I think the GM ruined the Dallas Mavericks franchise. And maybe many Dallas fans can agree with me on that. Because I remember Mark Cuban used to control that team, but he sold majority of his stakes years ago, in which they had to get a new GM. And ever since this GM came over, it's been a rough Dallas Mavericks franchise ever since. Even yeah, ever since pretty much.
And I do want to say that our third host, who's not here tonight, Sean Quinn, or Sean the Man, he's actually watching us, listening to us tonight. So I just want to give a shout out to him. He just handed me a note saying that LeBron did return to the bench in that fourth quarter after leaving, but it looks like an apparent a dominant injury. So how concerning is that, especially at his age?
Yeah, that's for sure concerning, but I believe he'll get through it. Somebody who's been through a lot of injuries, he just knows how to take care of his body at 40 years old. It's insane. It's insane to believe that.
Well, here's another question. Let's say the Lakers go far in this playoff run. What are the odds that LeBron will come back?
The chances are higher after they got Luka Doncic. They could play around Luka Doncic as much as they want. You can't really double team the Lakers no more. There's gonna be a couple guys wide open in every possession. So it's gonna
Yeah,
be a long season for the
I'm
NBA.
actually I'm actually reading a lot of notes from the NBA analysts, and they're saying that this chemistry is like unreal. Like, how
Yeah,
unreal is it that these two are actually playing together?
that's a real. I still can't believe it myself. I'm not sure, man. It's still unbelievable to even think about it. This trade came out of nowhere, and to this day, it's still surprising to not just NBA fans, but the whole world reacting to this.
But here's a question: how do you think they're going to be once Doncic gets his rhythm back and he's just playing to the level he was last year? I mean, is this more of like a hey, you better watch out because we're for real?
Yeah, it might be unstoppable at this point. LeBron and Luka, at their prime. Speechless at this point. But I wish them good luck for the rest of the season. If they stay healthy and same how they play today, they should be good.
Yeah, so Luka Doncic interviewed with ESPN after the game, and one of the words that came out of that interview is, quote, very dangerous. Basically, he's saying that this team is now very dangerous. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, he was doing a little sense of humor, but yeah, I agree. They're dangerous for sure, and they even Luka and LeBron knows it. What's gonna happen this year, the rest of the year.
Now, we know that the Lakers were beat in the playoffs last year by Denver, and I'm circling that 22nd February game at Denver. What are the chances? Do you think the Lakers will go 5-0 on this next stretch right here, or do you see maybe Denver being just the one loss out of these 5 games?
Yeah, Denver's a hostile environment, and they call it the Mile High City. You need very much cardio to be up there. But I could see them beating for sure the Jazz, Hornets, Trailblazers, Mavericks. So their only tough opponent would be Nuggets, and I believe that game will be on prime time on Saturday on ABC 7 or ESPN. So that game's gonna be that game's low key a preview of the playoffs that might be coming soon.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Is this a possible first round matchup?
Yup, we might get a little bit of a playoff preview before the playoffs.
Well, the one thing I like to see is I like to see how the Lakers do against the top teams in the NBA going into the second half. I mean, we don't know for sure what's going to happen with the center because a report came out today that the Charlotte Hornets are trying to get some sort of a compensation because of the trade that went voided last week when Mark Williams failed his physical here in Los Angeles, and they're actually questioning the Lakers about that failed physical. I mean, what would you do if you're the Lakers? How do you respond to that?
At this point, I think the Lakers are fine, but even though the Hornets are about to get in contact with the NBA as they explore options, the option could be, I don't know at this point, because Dalton Kennett, who was going to get traded for Williams, was on the Lakers bench this tonight. So it could be a wait type of game, or it's never going to happen, and they're going to have to go for another option, Lakers, for their center
Yeah,
position.
it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the second half of the season or what happens nearby. Because again, I don't think we have heard the last of this. This is going to get probably dragged off for a little while longer before it gets resettled. There might be some sort of litigation involved between the two teams, or unless Adam Silver can come up with a proposition and see what they can do. But again, the Hornets I think were at the loss because they lost 2 players that they had gained. So we'll see what happens there. But as we wrap up this post game show, partner, you have any final thoughts on tonight's win?
Nah, just same old final thoughts. The Lakers are gonna be a scary team for the rest of the season. They might be they might be looking into the Western Conference champions at this point, because the only team they would have to beat would be the Nuggets, in which I see the preview in a couple of weeks, in which I feel like that's gonna be their toughest challenge because of Jokic, MVP type caliber, and you can't forget the rest of the squad. But overall, great game by the Lakers. They're gonna continue and they stay healthy and competitive and good chemistry. Luka, LeBron James is in a Laker fan, in a Laker jersey. Sorry about that. In a Laker jersey, it's just incredible.
And just one more question. Can they beat the teams in the East like Cleveland or Boston? We did see them beat New York without Anthony Davis, so we can check that one off. But what about Boston and Cleveland?
The thing about those East Coast teams have big centers and they have length who could give Lakers a problem, and that could be another challenge for them. And I'm gonna be looking into these games because all these competitive games that Lakers will be playing in March. I'm gonna be staying tuned in how they play and how
Yeah,
competitive they be.
I agree with you too, partner. I just want to say to our folks viewing, stay tuned because it is going to be a rocky second half of the season as we get towards the All-Star break. Partner, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. I want to thank everyone who's joined us this late in the hour. I know it's almost late, but we do our business here, and we want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Again, the Lakers win 132-113. They have won 6 in a row in Luka Doncic's debut. The Lakers will be in Utah on Wednesday. We will, of course, be back here Wednesday night with another post-game wrap-up, and we'll get more reactions from Utah as the Lakers take the Jazz in a rematch. And, partner, any final words before we log off for the night?
The Lake Show.
The Lake
Another.
Show, indeed.
Let's get it, partner. Another day, another podcast.
Indeed, another podcast in the books here on Sports Talk as we begin our season premiere of season 4 here. Thank you for all those who have been loyal to us and sharing this download. Again, we hope you continue and we encourage you to stay with Sports Talk as we will bring post games through the second half of the season and with baseball coming up. Again, I want to give a shout out to Sean the Man who's not with us tonight but is watching and listening, and thank him for the report. Again, we hope to have him back on this week. I know the Super Bowl hangover is still there. I know a lot of people called out of work today, but hopefully they'll go back tomorrow without losing their jobs. But again, once again, the final score 132-113. Lakers take it. And Luka Doncic's debut with my boy Jesus. I am Edward. Ed, thanks for tuning in to Sports Talk. We'll see you Wednesday from Utah. Have a great night, everyone.